Mr. President, I ask to consent that Senator from Vermont be recognized to proceed for at least a half hour.
Thank you, Mr. President.
The senator from Vermont.
Mr. President.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I call up my amendment per the order.
The clerk will report the amendment.
The senator from Vermont, Mr. Sanders, for himself and others, proposes an amendment number 2837 to amendment number 2786. Beginning on page 1, strike line 6 and all that follows to the end and insert the following.
I ask the amendment be considered as read.
President, I object.
Without objection.
I object.
Objection is heard.
B, table of contents.
I would ask that the amendment be considered as read so that I can offer the amendments.
Is there objection?
There is objection.
And may I ask
Objection is heard.
And may I ask my friend from
Mr. President, regular order.
Vermont.
I asked my friend from Oklahoma why he is objecting.
Regular order, Mr. President.
Regular order is the reading of the amendment.
Section 1514
of 1974.
Mr. President.
A.
The senator from Vermont.
I withdraw my amendment. And Mr. President.
Regular order, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
The senator has that right. The amendment is withdrawn.
Mr. President, pursuant to the 30 minutes.
Under the previous order, the senator from Vermont is recognized for 30 minutes.
Mr. President, let me begin not by talking about my amendment, but by talking about Republican action right here on the floor of the Senate. Everybody in this country understands that our nation faces a significant number of major crises, whether it's the disintegration of our health care system, the fact that 17% of our people are unemployed or underemployed, 1 out of 4 of our children are living in food stamps. We've got 2 wars, we got global warming, we have a $12 trillion national debt, and the best the Republicans can do is try to bring the United States government to a halt by forcing a reading of a 700-page amendment. That is an outrage. People can have honest disagreements, but in this moment of crisis, it is wrong to bring the United States government to a halt.
This is a strategy by the Republican leadership which not only endangers the passage of health care reform, it endangers the enactment of the Department of Defense appropriation bill, which is critically important to our men and women in uniform. It endangers the extension of unemployment benefits, which millions of Americans are counting on. How in the world can we in good conscience do this at this time of year and go home and celebrate the holidays, leaving behind in our wake unemployed people who won't have the basics in life because of this strategy?